Welcome back everyone to Banished, and we're in the midst of chopping down all these trees, but I'm kind of facing some strange bugs at the moment. Now they are currently chopping the trees down, but for a while they wouldn't do anything. As you can see, I have quite a few spare labourers, but they were just idling around the well, in this greenhouse, which... okay, they're not still doing it, but they were just idling everywhere in really random places. There's usually quite a gathering of people around here, and I'm just not sure why that was happening. Now usually they will go and do a job as soon as you kind of ask them to, so that had me a little bit perplexed, but what can I do? They seem to be working now, so I'm just going to kind of ignore it for the moment, but if it happens again I'll have to point it out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up some fields with corn so I can build some stables, just for the sake of trading, so we can trade for some food. I probably will get into the whole statue business as well. We don't have mega mods, so I don't have access to some of the other things that most people would probably suggest that I use, so we're going to have to kind of go with what we've got. Stables is here. So we can kind of make this look pretty anyway. I think the issue is now it's all about houses, so however many houses that I put in is going to kind of depict how much food that I want, and I do want to put houses and stuff in here, but the more I put, the more mouths there are to feed and all that wonderful stuff you all know about. I don't need to kind of go on about that. Okay, I've never seen that before. How weird is that? Huh. Should take a close... oh, it's gone. Okay, I'm a little bit confused. If anyone has a clue what that was about, that's that's really, yeah, caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting that at all. I wonder if it's just a statue, and it's maybe something that we can actually dig up and sell. Maybe. I think we were doing 20 by 10, so I'll do a couple more of these fields. Go across here. Yeah, so I want to kind of get food stabilized a little bit before I kind of get into the whole decorating thing. I know I've been talking about it for quite a while now, but I've got to do things in a certain order, otherwise it's not going to work. We're in late spring. How is food? So we're using... oh, wow, way more than we're producing. That's slightly odd. What is the issue behind that? Are we okay for tin and stuff? You're all okay. Tin requires fuel. Okay, they're all working. Give a little bit of tin there, okay. Strange. Tin beets. Carrots. Are we producing carrots? We're not. So you're doing beets. Beets. You need to be doing beets as well. Although we must have some carrots lingering around for that to work. We'll switch you to... oh, we can't switch you to beets, can we? What are you doing? Blueberries. Maybe put them all on blueberries. Okay, hopefully that will help. Now this isn't going to produce food, unfortunately, but it will hopefully give us the ability to make domesticated animals. And they don't come out of here ridiculously fast. I mean, we're getting them just from harvesting, so as you can see, look, there's tons of them. I'd be interested to see how many I've actually got, because they trade for a fair amount. Let's sort this by name. Might be a little bit here. 165. Wow. So I'm wondering if it's even worth going down the line of actually trying to produce them when we can just kind of harvest them. And it might be worthwhile. So that's a maximum. It might be worthwhile harvesting them, not harvesting them, producing them at the same time. But I wonder which ones they come under. Because you can select different things, can't you? So if I just go for collect wild foods, Will that be enough to trigger it? Might be worth watching and seeing what happens. Okay, so we got one field up, excellent. Turn pickup off, we'll put 2 people in here. And you are going to do corn. And we have a trader coming as well. Right, is anyone chopping any of the trees? Not chopping the trees, digging up the herbs. What we're looking for here is that wooden case. It might be an issue there where we have to actually chop the trees down. I'm not too sure. These people just seem to be lingering. Right, you are up and running, so you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You need upgrading, fantastic. So I don't think anyone's working on that currently. As you can see, we have kind of set out some more of the houses here now as well. We've also got a church over here. But I'm going to save most of this until we're actually decorating. What have you got for us? Have you got anything that I want? You haven't. I need rice. That's the main thing that I'm missing at the moment, which is a tad frustrating. Well, I'm not seeing those wooden containers, so I will venture a guess that we have to remove things like trees to get them. You are going to also be corn. Pick up off. 2 farmers, excellent. Right, so you are going to use corn. We'll chuck 1 person in there, excellent. This one is almost done too. We might get this ready just in time for spring. But as you can see, there's plenty of them around. So there's kind of more than one way to skin a cat, I think is the expression. Chuck 2 in there, okay, fantastic. So that's kind of on its way now. What run time is 10? Let's slow the game down a little bit. I don't think I did this graveyard very well. Yeah, it's full. It's too thin, too narrow. So I might have to... In fact, I will. Let me remove it now, because it takes a while for those graves to disappear. It'd probably be better to put it up here. Or even in front, maybe. We'll figure that out. Did I not dismiss you? You're the same one, aren't you? Yes. You can go. And we are food. Yeah. Thing is, if you're running out of food, do you really want to build more houses? I would love to see all these kind of in place, but we can't really do that yet. We got, what's this? We got tons of something here. I will assume it's tin. Yeah. Oh, tin ore. Oh, and tin. Why is it all being stored over here? Because the stockpile here is full. Well, that can't be helping things. So we need a stockpile. What is it classed as? It's a material. It's got to be, hasn't it? Is this materials? Yeah. So specialized warehouse is material warehouse. Put one kind of back to back if it will allow me to. Excellent. That shall help out a little bit there. Most of those are kind of on their way now. Fantastic. Oh, and I took your advice and I put the soil path in. I still need to figure out what I'm going to put underneath the buildings. And as it was quite rightly pointed out, the soil or the ground colour would be different underneath anyway, but I'd like it to be kind of a similar colour if possible. Oh, we've got flowers here as well, how pretty. See, that one's too light. Could potentially go with that. That may work. Something like that. I'll have to figure it out. I'm not quite sure how we're going to do it. And we could probably do it with a trade post that just specialises in food at some point as well. I think that'll be fairly important. Right, let's just try removing trees. See if the guys jump on this. I'm looking for those domesticated animals. I'm going to assume you have to remove all resources. Right, doesn't appear to be trees. The question is it collect wild foods? It's not that. So there is another thing here that we're not seeing. Aha, look. So the wild foods and the trees are either highlighted or gone. When we come over here, there is no stone. And there is no iron ore, but there's lots of red squares. But we can't see what they are. That's quite interesting. Ah, there you go. Domesticated animals. All of them. That is a lot. That's going to produce much quicker, I think, than this ever will. It's probably a lot more efficient as well. But it means we're going to have to be clearing out huge areas of land every so often. Although, what happens if we do like here? We're going to have a bit of a death wait. Oh my goodness. There's just tons. I don't want to say it, but it seems a little bit broken, that, right? I don't think that's how it should be. Where's my rice? Come on now. Stop playing nice with me at all. I don't want to buy any of that. If they're all domesticated, look at them all. Yeah, look. Oh my goodness, that is so much. Now, I don't know how quickly they come back. Fairly quickly would be the answer to that question. So I guess you are now redundant. I like the stable, it's a nice building and we could probably do something with it. But we'd probably be better off if we're thinking about food production and making things look quite nice. We're probably going to have to go down the line of a bakery. What have we got here? Oh, you're a town bakery. That might be quite nice in the town. What else have we got? We got the dairy parlours. Oh, do you know what? We're gonna have to set up. We're gonna have to get some freezing cows. I might. Let's cancel you. We'll let you get harvested, and then we'll wipe you out. And we're gonna set up like a dairy production area. We're gonna get some freezing cows, and we'll have, because that was a nice building. Where did it go? So we got the got the dairy parlour, the milking barn, and then and the stable. They're all going to work nicely together from kind of the look and feel of it anyway. So I think we should definitely do that down here, and that's going to produce like the milk and the cheese. We can still do baking, even if I just change these ones to corn. Because then we're going to trade as well. Once I get to a point where I'm almost exclusively trading for food. Excuse me, I've got slight hiccups. I can probably tweak this and make it look a little bit nicer. And that's kind of what's going through my head. My thought process at the moment is to try and make the town as efficient as possible without having too much industry. Because if you watch some of my other series, you'll probably find that I don't usually produce all this sort of stuff. I just order it in constantly, which kind of works for me, but it means you're dealing with a lot of traders. But it works. It means you've got a lot of idle people, but then you don't have to worry about things like food, and you can decorate to your heart's content. And it's just so many things that I want to get done. I'm almost tempted to install the Mega Mod, but I don't think I can because my version of Colonial Charter is an older version, unfortunately, so I don't think it would work. But I would love to have all the extra decorating tools. That's the one thing I'm missing. I thought we had a different building there. That's the only downside to not having the Mega Mod. When you like to decorate, such as I do, not having them is never a good thing. Freezing cows. Excellent. We'll take all 8, thank you very much. How much are you going to cost me? Well, we got ridiculous amounts of domesticated animals. So we can click through this. Are they worth 250 each? So we'll just chuck some of the many feathers we have. Overpaying. Okay, was it 150? Am I going blind? Trade and dismiss. Where's it storing the cows anyway? They're inside. I think they are. Yeah, I can hear them. They are inside. Right, so we can clear you out. We'll get rid of you as well. Oh, that wasn't very clever though, was it? Farmers. Drop you back down to there. Right, so we need a pasture. Feels nice because it's been a while since I've actually put any cattle down. So we've got a standard pasture, a fenceless one, slope conforming, and a bare pasture. I think we'll go with a standard. I don't really need to build my own fences. So I think if we put you somewhere, we'll go for a fair sized one. We'll get you built there. And then once I can see the fence and things, I'll start putting in some of the extra buildings. It's all very exciting. Plus, not to forget that we do have these nice windmill pumps. Is there any? No, the F-ferrets are just the diagonals, that's fine. It seems really, really peaceful. Just the birds chirping, the relaxing music in the background. I forget how much I kind of miss this game when I don't play it. I know it's probably only been a week, but it's a stressful yet relaxing game. Although I don't play the game on vanilla, so that makes a difference in itself. Oh, what's going on with fuel? We finally run out of wood. Huh. They must be taking charcoal, alright. Yep, they have charcoal. And charcoal is classed as fuel. Interesting. Well, we can switch you to firewood. We can turn you back on and put 2 of you in here. We can start building this back up again. I don't mind. There we are. Let's have another go at. So if we come into into here, let's try. Right, there is literally no wild foods. So if we go remove all resources, they come back so quick. It's insane, isn't it? And I bet if I can just come over to the town here. Okay, so where I've got roads, they're not going to come back, but still. Look at that. That's an awful lot of domesticated animals. Well, there you go. There's a top tip for you. Don't say I don't ever give you anything. Okay. Now food, I don't think will be a problem. Now we do need to do some serious trading. I know this is a lot of houses to unleash in one go, but I want to decorate. And I can't do it until certain things are in place, and it's a little bit frustrating in a way. So they're going to be in. Excellent. We've got some water coming through, not that we have much use for it at the moment. I think it's the pub kitchen that uses it, isn't it? That's got 5 in. There we go. You are fixed. How are we doing here? Almost there. I think they will come and chop that down if I... yeah. Excellent. Just what we wanted. It's a bit too much. This is what I don't like. It's just too much of this going on. It just doesn't. It doesn't fit in with the vision that I have, unfortunately. And I just want to get to the decorating stage. Did we not build? Oh, we need the hull components. That's what we're waiting for. We need to trade for those. I am actually kind of liking the look and feel of this area. I know it's not got all the detail working yet. I don't usually cram houses in like that, but it's not got a bad look. And then we've got this little bit of dock side going on here. Is that a house as well? It is. We'll unpause you, we'll get you in. Stop people walking through you. Although that's probably not the best place in the world. However, we could do something like that. I mean, we could probably double that up as well. I don't think that would look too bad. Don't know if there's any builders in town, but well, there's a couple over here, but I don't know if there's any spare ones. All these people, we could have quite an immense population, thinking about it. There's got to be another boat coming soon as well. What are we in now? We're in spring, so let's have a look at food production for last year. 62, 63, so we've produced more, which is what we want. Are they still collecting all the domesticated animals? They are. Look at all these boxes everywhere. We're going to be filthy rich in domesticated animals. Right, let's see what this ship has. Or should I say boat. Please be rice. I'd like to make some rice wine to get a few of the locals drunk. Here it comes. Oh, that man certainly rows the boat really, really quickly. Alright, what have you got for us? Nothing that I want. We definitely need some of the other traders. But the town council have to approve that first. We're not going anywhere until that's happened. Why is this taking so long? Increase priority. I think I already know the answer to that question. It's probably because there's no builders that live nearby. I mean, I could quite easily just do that and add a few more in. So I don't want my cows to die. Because if you wait too long, that's eventually what's going to happen. That statue was weird. I'm surprised I can't see any other ones. Come on, people. It's only a little bit of fence. Anybody? I feel like they're ignoring me. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I think the builders might be living too far away. Most of these are going to be farmers, I would have thought. Tinnery workers, farmers, yeah. Almost there. Although you can get milk through the cattle pens as well, can't you? I think. Am I right in thinking that? That's the wool. Animal pen creates milk and occasional leather, so it might even be worthwhile putting some of these in, kind of nearby, and kind of make it part of the whole look and feel of it. I think we can rock it. We'll make it work. Excellent. So you are going to be freezing cows. I think you only ever need one person on these, don't you? Don't think I've ever had more than one. I mean, I can put two in and see. Are the cows going to come running across? Yep, there's one. Kind of camouflaged. There come the rest. Straight across the river, like it's not even there. Oh, there we go. Got some happy little cows. Right, so I now know where the entrances are as well, so that will allow me to kind of decorate around here a lot easier. Is that milk already? It is. God blimey, they produce milk really quick. I wasn't expecting that. So how many can this hold? 15. So we can definitely get the whole dairy farm thing set up here. I'm kind of liking the look of that grass as well. Usually I change the textures on these things, but that's not too shabby. So food seems fairly stable now. And it does help that I can order this stuff in. I've got almost 1,000 domesticated animals. That's insane. Absolutely insane. Oh man, look at this shanty town. Fantastic. I really need to decorate it. I know I keep saying it, it's got to be done. It really has to be done. There's so many different things. I think getting the trade up and running. Now I know I can almost print out domesticated animals, which I find slightly amusing. Look, just need to trade for anything? Just do that. Yeah. Which means I can probably reel back a little bit on some of this stuff. I want it here still because it looks nice to the aesthetics, but maybe not so much. So I'm probably going to have to do a lot of tweaking to make this feel more like how I'd actually want it. And then we're probably going to need a few farm traders, the ones that bring the food. I think there is a specific one. Unless that is only in Mega Mod, there is that. It quite possibly is that way. So we get the old town trading post, a normal trading post, a farm supplier, industry, food. There we go. So I think if we chuck like 3 of those in and see how much food we can actually buy, we might actually find ourselves in a position where we don't need as many farms, and we can actually do some more personalised farms, because that's what it's all about. I think when people watch kind of what I do, it isn't about winning the game. At least I don't see it that way. I think it's more about what kind of creations I'm going to make. And I kind of think I had ambitions with this series to try and make it a little bit harder for myself by not doing the trade posts and all those things. And then I obviously kind of tried to develop a little bit of a story around that at the same time. The story which I've not really kind of continued at the moment. But it was never... Look at all those people, it's like nomads. Getting distracted. Yeah, the story was never really meant to be anything fully fledged. It was just kind of a transitional idea between the old game and this one. But yes, it's just kind of... It's hard for me to put into words. It's difficult. I'm not a storyteller, and I have imagination, but not very much so when it comes to telling stories. But you guys seem to enjoy it. Maybe you have poor taste, I don't know. But I kind of want to continue with that as well and evolve it a little bit. So I've got to kind of make this game work for me. And the only way I can do that is not to be worrying about production too much. Oh, hello. This has got a few things that we need. So let me have a look. We need 10 of those. I know I was in the middle of talking. We'll just take 6 of them. Hopefully that's enough. So yeah, so that's kind of what I'm thinking at this point. You need additional... how's that looking? Maybe let's... What, about 30, because I can't be bothered working out the maths. There we are. Perfect. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm going to do. I want to do the decorating thing, because that's where my passion lies with this game. So I think I'm going to make a few tweaks. I'll probably introduce it in the next episode with a little bit of story to say why we're kind of doing what we're going to be doing. This shantytown is definitely staying the same. I'm not going to take that away. Just need to decorate it, I suppose. There's still a few more houses that we need to put in this area as well. I mean, what are they? Labourers. Which is kind of how I'd imagine this to be. Mostly just a workforce. But when we add a few more buildings over here, they'll kind of run off that way. Might even move this, and there's plenty of land around, so lots and lots of options. Anyway, I think I'm just going on and on and on, and we're at that stage of the video where probably nobody's watching or listening anyway. So until next time, as always, take care.